Who the heck? Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold, and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and shew him my salvation. Hold on 1 second. Here it is. Okay, so, I didn't, so I wanted to do a live about how altars are created in your mind to, see if I can light this with one hand, to pretty much turn you away from God and not think of Him, not talk to Him, not ask for help. Creator, God. Actually, not how, but that it is that's being done in different ways. Hi, everyone. I'm trying to light this or something. So there are different. I wasn't going to go into depth with like what tactics are used or anything, but I just kind of wanted to touch on to make people aware that there are different tactics used. Thank you for the thumbs up. That there are different tactics used in order to pretty much make you forget about God. And there's several different ways, but I'll tell you like the basic way that it's done. So the basic way that it's done is that people that are trying to turn you away from God will do this. They want to open up your mind. You know, I hear a lot of things about consciousness this, consciousness that. That's one way to open up your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And once that is open, then the tactic from there is to then implant other thoughts, ideas, and beliefs into your mind. That was one of the messages that was coming through to me this morning, you know, about how people do talk about war on consciousness, but I specifically wanted to talk about how things are done to pull you away from God. Like I said, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze from the Palo Santo. Yep. Okay. Because a lot of the things that are being done in the background for their little NWO agenda, if you don't know what it is, please search it up. A lot of the tactics that are used, people are not aware that that's what's actually happening right now, and been happening. Thanks for the yes, game over, definitely. You are correct. Hi. Did you give a thumbs up? Yeah, we're definitely, yeah. Yeah, game over. That's funny. But, so a lot of people don't know this, and they're literally like being led astray. And there's, oh my God, this is why you have to tap into your own discernment and your own intuition, your own discernment, whatever you want to call it, because usually if you're religious, you're going to use the word discernment, and if you're spiritual, you usually use the word intuition. That's why I said whatever you want to call it, because obviously it depends on what you're believing. However, like I said, no matter what you believe, you still want to be connected to God, because that's the whole point of this video, is to let you know that there are several tactics that are done to keep you away from God, and you don't even know that it's happening. A lot of people are not aware that it's happening. Some people never even knew who I'm calling him a he, never knew who he was. There's so many different things in the background that will tell you or make you to believe lies. There's a lot of lies out there. And yes, they do also come in the form of even not just religion, other belief systems too. Also in the religious system, because think about it this way. If somebody's job and purpose is to talk about God on the earth, I'll tell you personally that all kinds of tactics are going to be done, so then that way they don't accomplish, what they're supposed to do or whatever. So the number one targets were people in the church, pastors, preachers, things of the such, because those are the ones who, that's their job. And so many lies have been told, there's been, oh my God, manipulation and everything. So anyways, so those were the first people, trying to untangle, those were the first people who actually, were targeted. First, this is a message coming through right now. First, the church. It's been the church a lot. So first, the church was targeted to be controlled, to be dominated, whatever word you want to use, same thing. So then that way, they can only talk about God in a building, and I don't know if you would get in trouble if you do like street preaching. Probably not. I don't think so. Anyways, the first ones that were targeted was the church people. And that's why you've seen in the past so many different pastors and church leaders, they were doing good. They were telling you the truth. They were talking about what the truth was and how you were supposed to be. They were in tune and in alignment with God. And then all of a sudden, so many tactics were done to them in the background, because then all of a sudden you hear about, I don't know, I think I heard one thing a while back about, it was so big in the news area of how a pastor cheated on his wife and slept with a congregation member and things like that. Then you hear about like mega churches using money to buy jets and things like that. Now, for one of them that I know for sure, he never really was a person of God. The one that I seen with the jet, like you could, He never was a person of God. I'm just going to leave it there. He wasn't. Um, he was always in it for the money to begin with. But then there's others who were and do believe in God, and so many tactics were done to them, and that, you know, it's like a form of not only manipulation but gaslighting, because now what happens to these people, now they are basically trying to do their job and talk about God, but then trying to live their normal daily lives with their families and stuff like that. And so many things were done to them that, you know, that to make them look like they were something that they were not. You know what I mean? Like so many different attacks and tactics. But like you said, Mr. John, game over, because people not only are people are waking up to the truth about everything that's been done. All the illusions, veils, everything that has been done, where people haven't actually seen what's been done, are waking up to the fact of, holy crap, what is this, you know? Like, what is it? What is our world actually? Like, look at look at all the people who are involved in doing these things. You know, the people involved in doing these things too, I do want to mention, such as politicians, government officials, police, EMT, firemen, whatever. Like I said in the last video, they've been infiltrated a long time ago. And one thing that came to mind the other day was this. I don't know, or at least I've seen it where I am. So, a couple years back, I don't know if you remember, in your area where you are, where there was like police and firemen, where they used to have tattoos of things like angels, heaven, like stairs, like heaven, walking up to heaven, into the clouds, like just tattoos of different heavenly things. What else did I? Lions of Judah, crosses. I'm trying to think of what else I seen. And things like that. And then now, if you look, well, at least where I am, but usually when it's going on here, it's going on everywhere. So now you look and you see things like tattoos of disgusting Illuminati triangles and eyeball. Now you see demons. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen. Just pretty much, you know, darker things, not things of heaven anymore. And why is that? Because things have been done in the background with each individual. Just, I don't know what that was though. I seen some sticker. Justice has been done. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. So a lot of things have been done to each individual on purpose, so then that way that was another thing that has happened, to pull each person in the world away from their heart, away from actually wanting to truly care about other people and to help other people. Instead, I've seen where individuals will sit there and laugh at other people's downfalls. They will laugh because somebody is hurting and in pain. Yeah, that's a huge tactic that's been used, is that people pretty much have been pulled away from God and been turned to other things so that others cannot care about each other and want to help each other. The altars in the mind, like I said, like there's different tactics. One of them would be different things that you watch in movies, scrolling. So when you're watching certain things, your mind is open to those things. Then that kind of programming is then implanted into your mind, into your thoughts. So I don't know about you, but you have to specifically go and search for something. You have to go specifically search about something. About, if you wanted to hear about God, you have to specifically go, because even I've noticed the algorithms on our phones for YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, like your algorithm gets stuck on certain topics. And for me on my YouTube, I haven't really noticed, where things will pop up where it's like a church service or something like that. It's mostly other stuff like meditation to open up your crown chakra, whatever, which I'm not even gonna get into it. But I'm not on here to try to like turn anyone's beliefs or thoughts or whatever, because doing shamanic work, I work with different themes. The purpose of this video is actually to let you know that there are tactics being used. I shouldn't even say, like, as my role as a prophet is I'm letting you know that there has been several tactics being used to turn your mind and your thoughts away from God, period. That was the purpose of this video. To let you know that there are different things out there, and even different people could be sent to you to make you focus on other things instead of God. So, yep. So I think that's pretty much it. Like, just to make y'all aware right now of what's been happening in that area. I'm trying to shake my hand. Okay. So love you guys. Thank you for joining. Bye, beautiful souls. See you later.